All right, so now let's get into actually setting up our store and the actual design of it, as well as basically putting it all together so that it looks great for our customers. So I assume by now that you've already set up your Shopify free trial, as we've discussed at the beginning of this video. If not, then just go ahead and click on the link below the video right now to go and set up your free trial. And it's going to bring you to a page that's similar to this. And you're going to want to put an email address, a password, and your store name here. Now, if you already know what your product is as well as what your brand name is, then I recommend don't use your personal email address. You can go and temporarily set up a Gmail under your store name. So for that, we just go on gmail.com. And here I recommend clicking on Create Account and then go and click on For Myself. And then just go ahead. We're going to be creating a Gmail here. So for first name, let's say that our store name is going to be Glowy Skin. And this is actually a store that I have the domain name. I already have the logo and everything like that. I just never set it up because I got too busy and I've since moved on to different projects and different stores. So that's why it's perfect. And I'm going to be showing you how I would set up this store for this video so you can follow step by step. So in this case, for the username that we're going to put in here, we're going to put Glowy Skin. I already have like an email with this, so Glowy Skin Store, or you can put Glowy Skin Official or Glowy Skin Support at gmail.com. Now, this is only temporary because we want to have our support email look more legitimate, and I'm going to explain how to get that, how to get like an actual domain name email later on with Gmail. You can have it so it's like support@glowyskin.com or glowyskinco.com, whatever your domain name is. So just go ahead, put in your password, confirm, hit next, and once you've created your email, then go back in here and put it into the email address. So here I'm going to put in glowyskinstore@gmail.com, and for store name, I'm going to put in Glowy Skin, and let's see if that's available. That already exists, and I already actually have the store Glowy Skin Co, so that's why it already exists. But if your actual store name isn't available, then just put in Co at the end. And also, as you're doing this, I highly recommend you go and check if you can get the domain name for your store, if it's even available. So in that case, we want to go on Google Domains, or you can go on GoDaddy or Namecheap, and that's how you get the domain name for your store. That's basically like the www, glowyskin.com or whatever's in between the www and .com. So if we go to domains.google right here, search for your domain. We're going to type in glowyskin.com. All right, so here it's going to say whether it's taken or not. So this one I know is already taken, and I think that I have this domain, or maybe someone else does, but I definitely have like a Glowy Skin Co or glowyskinstore.com. So if you can, as long as you can find like a Glowy Skin Co or Glowy Skin Store, or glowyskin.co is fine as well. So in that case, then you can still use the name, and then that way we're not going to be like surprised when we're actually setting up our store. We want to buy our domain, and we can't even buy a suitable domain. And if you don't buy a domain, then it's not going to be professional, and your store link is going to be like, for example, glowyskin.myshopify.com. So then just hit start free trial once you've already checked this stuff. You've created your temporary support email that you're going to use for your customers, and just start free trial. So now we're going to get to this part right here, and it's going to say success, your store is ready to go. And so now it's going to say, tell us a little bit about yourself. So I'm going to walk you through step by step what to say here. So for are you already selling? You can just put I'm selling, just not online, or you can put I am not selling products yet. And then do you have something to sell? And say, yes, I have a product. I'll be ready to launch soon. Current revenue, you can put like up to 5,000 or I'm just getting started. It doesn't really matter. If you put the higher numbers here, then you're going to get a call from a Shopify specialist, and they're going to basically try to sell you on their enterprise plan. So that's why it's better to just put like 5,000 or 0. And then click next. You can also skip it if you want. And here you want to add an address so you can get paid. So this is like your default business address. So just put in the address either of your house where you live or of your registered business. If you already have an LLC or a corporation, then just put the address of that business. If you don't have that, you don't necessarily need that to start. However, I recommend getting that set up in your home country, so wherever you are. For example, if you're in Canada, then get a corporation. If you are in the United States, get an LLC. Some of the best states to do that are Nevada, Delaware, Wyoming, Florida. You have to look at each individual state because they all have their own benefits. So there you go. Those are typically the states, by the way, with like the lowest taxes. So if you don't have an LLC yet, that's fine. You can start as a sole proprietorship, but definitely as soon as you're making money, you want to make sure you get an LLC. It's not that expensive. It's a few $100s, and it will save you a lot of money in taxes and a lot of headache. So just go ahead, put your first name, last name, and your address, and then put your phone number and then your domain if you already have a domain. If not, then you can just leave it blank because we're going to be covering buying a domain later on in this video. And then click Enter My Store. All right, so now we're in our new Shopify store, and this is called the dashboard. So this is what it will look like. Once you start making sales, you'll see that there's going to be a lot of new things that pop up, like how much money you're making, and you can do a breakdown of every single day, every single month, and you can see things like your conversion rate and all that kind of stuff. So for now, it's pretty basic. We don't have a lot of stuff here, and it's telling you to add a product, add a theme, add a domain. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a theme. Now, there are free themes and there are paid themes, and I'm going to explain the difference between the two. Obviously, other than the fact that you have to pay for the paid theme, I'm going to show you amazing free themes that you can use. I've personally used free themes, and I've made millions of dollars with just free themes. So it's not like you absolutely need a paid theme. It all depends on what kind of look you want for your store. And if you really want to kind of go away from the generic Shopify look, then I recommend doing a paid theme. They're not even that expensive. I'll show you some great ones that I found that I personally use, and they're about $100 to $200 that you pay once. So now click on Online Store and then Themes, and then scroll down and click on Shopify Theme Store, visit Theme Store. And so here is where you can get all the themes that you need. So if you go to collections, we go to, for example, minimalist style. Let's take a look at what they have. So they have a lot of amazing free ones here. So like Pop and Boundless, these are newer ones. And then Debut, I've actually used Debut. I'm going to open up the good free themes. And for the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to be designing the store with a free theme, just so that you can follow along in case you don't want to pay or you're on a tight budget. Because like I said, they're great. Like, you don't need anything special. Now, here is an example of a great paid theme, and this one's called Launch. And I already bought this one here. This one's $180. The best part about this theme is that there's multiple styles included, so it's not just one. So you can see like cool, fresh, bold. So in our case, we're going to be building a hair removal store. So Glowy Skin is actually, I'm going to show you the product here. This is the product. So it's a hair removal handset, and this is just for this video. Like I said, I am not pursuing this product anymore, but this is it. So this is what the product looks like. It's an advanced laser hair removal device, and we found it on Alibaba. If we go on Alibaba, you can just clearly see that it's there. If we go here, if we type in hair removal IPL device or laser, then you'll be able to find it. I just want to show you that it's available here on Alibaba. Sometimes you just have to scroll through. So like right here, this is a similar one. I guess that's a copy. That's a copy. It's actually really fast. It's funny how fast Chinese suppliers make copies of products, which is a good thing because that means you can always find a better quality version. So there you go. It's actually this one right here, just slightly different, but that is the product that we're going to be using it as an example for building this store. And so if we take a look at, for example, Launch, a great theme for this, or a great style, would be bold, fresh. I don't think that would be good. I think bold would be good, but for the purpose of this video, we're going to use a free theme. By the way, just to show you, a really big dropshipping store, blendjet.com, this is also a branded dropshipping store, so you can see my strategy is not just used by me, but it's used by many out there. You can see, this is exactly that theme. Launch, cool, right? You can see, boom, same exact style. So they didn't even change it that much. And you pull up the Alexa site rank on the store, 23,000 in the United States, so it's huge. They're making like tens of millions of dollars per year. So let's take a look and see. Okay, so Debut, we can either do default or light, and then there's also minimal, vintage, fashion. Let's see which one we can use. I think this one's better for like clothing. And then Pop, yeah, this one's a little bit too basic. So I think Debut, and there was also another one called Jumpstart. I've actually personally used this theme. It's really good. We go to Jumpstart. Actually, this one's really, really good. Let's see the product page. You can always click on View Demo, click on Features, right? So there you go. And then we'd be able to have like a product page there. And then we can see Debut. You can view the demo as well. And then boom, product page. So let's go ahead and add this theme. We're going to use Debut. So for theme styles, let's see, default. I think we're going to use the light one. The light one was much better. So add theme. And now it's going to install the theme on your store. So now it's going to say, are you sure you want to publish Debut? Click Publish. So now the theme is live on our store. And if we go and we click here, Customize. So now we're in our theme, and as you can see, it just has the store name, so Glowy Skin Co. We're going to change that to Glowy Skin, and then boom, this is what it looks like. So since this is going to be a branded dropshipping store, it's only going to be one product at first. Maybe we're going to add on some complementary products later once we've already made money and we're making money. for now, we're going to delete like this featured collection, and we're going to make some changes here. So the first thing I like to do is I like to upload my logo. And I already have a logo for this brand right here. So boom, as you can see, I've got a few pictures. I've got some photography done before for this. Now, for your logo, what I highly recommend, I'm going to give you some options here because you're going to need a logo to start selling. The first thing that you can do is you can go on canva.com, and this is a free website. It is much easier to use than Photoshop, and it's honestly amazing. I actually have a paid monthly plan with this website because it's so good, and I've used it for years in all of my businesses. So you can go here, you can create a design. For example, for a logo, it would be about, I would say width would be 400. If it's just a text logo, this should be enough, 400 by 150, or you can even do 800 by 300. That would be better. And it should give you like a wide space. There you go. And then for a logo, you can just go to text here. And then, for example, a font that I like would be Montserrat, or actually right here, we would go add a heading first. And then for a font, it would be Montserrat. Okay, so even like that, boom, glowy skin, and boom, I have a logo, right? If I go and I go on Google and then I take like an emoji of stars emoji, for example, sparkles, I guess, I would copy this and see if this works here. So I can try to put that in before. Boom, I have a logo. There you go, right? So I actually already did this. Let me take a look at my logo here. So it's very similar. I actually just put the sparkles at the end. So there it is. It's as simple as that. And what you do is you just go to publish and then download. And when you download it, you want to download it as a PNG. And that way, also you want to make sure that it's a transparent background. And then click download. And then we can just upload it onto our store. And the beautiful part about this is that you don't have to pay anyone. It's free. It's really easy. There's a lot of other great fonts. Like for example, Lee Gothic is good. There you go, right? So that would be better for like a high-tech store, right? So you got to make sure that your logo fits your product niche. Also, if you don't know how to design a logo, or if this isn't working for you, then I recommend going on either Fiverr.com or Upwork.com. Upwork is going to be more expensive, but these two are the best freelancing websites online. Here you can find amazing graphic designers. You can see here, just type in logo. Same thing here. You just go and you type in logo design at the top here on Upwork.com, and then you turn off US only, and then over here you filter it by. We're really going into everything here. It's amazing. I'm really happy that I have the chance to make this video for you guys. So if we go here on the left, hourly rate, we can do $10 and below, or if you want slightly higher quality, $10 and $30, but you really don't need that. Job success, 90 and up. Earned amount, 10K plus earned. Hours billed, 1,000 plus. And then English level doesn't really matter. And you just go and you look at their portfolios, right? So this one right here, graphic design. There's a lot of really great graphic designers from India, from the Philippines, and they only charge like $8, $7 an hour. So it's really a great website, but that's only if Canva doesn't work for you. So I have my logo here. We're going to go to logo image and then click select image and then click upload. And then right here, glowy skin, product pics. There you go. And then now that is our logo. And then you can even change the logo width right here. You can like basically decide how big you want it. So that looks good for now. And then for menu, we're going to touch that later. Now, the next part is going to involve uploading some pictures to our website. We need really good pictures for our brand store. What's really important with branded dropshipping, if you want to succeed, is to present your product in the best possible light. And to do that, we have to make sure that we have some professional quality pictures. And I'm going to explain how to do that right now. So for that, you're going to need to get one sample to your house, one or two of your products at least, so you can see them, so you can take pictures of them, or so you can send them out to a photographer if needed. And so I already did this. How this works is when you're going to be talking to your supplier on WhatsApp, just ask for a sample, and they're going to charge you typically more than what one unit would usually cost, but that's because it's just more expensive for them to produce a sample with your logo, and you want to make sure that they produce the sample with your logo. It's very important. Tell them to produce sample with logo, and then they're going to send it off to your house. You've got to wait until that comes, and once it arrives, you can go and either take pictures of it yourself. You want a few pictures on a white background. I'm going to show you some examples of pictures that I have here. So for example, these are all pictures on a white background. So there you go, that's on a white background. And I actually had my personal photographer do this. And if you want a link to the photographer that I use for all of my e-commerce businesses and who actually made these pictures for this product as well, the link is down below. And so you can see that they're like white, they're on white backgrounds, and then you got the box, right? So very simple. If I actually launched this, I'm sure I would have made millions of dollars. But to be honest with you, I have so many brands and I have so many businesses that sometimes it just gets overwhelming. And so it's perfect because now I can show you how I would build this store. But yeah, so these are just some examples of pictures. And then also you want to get some lifestyle pictures as well. So either if you have a nice enough camera, or you can even try using your iPhone camera is good enough, you can go and just take your pictures of your product being used. So you want pictures of every angle on a white background, and then you want pictures, with your product being used. So outside or in the environment where your product is usually being used. So now I'm in my Google Drive, and you can see that here are the pictures that we took. So we just took a bunch of pictures, and these you can use for your website, right? So you can see I have a model here, a female model that we had for the pictures. So there you go. So this is very, very important. Like if you don't have the pictures yet, that's fine. You can continue moving on. You can skip to the next timestamp here, the next part of actually setting up your store. But to get these pictures, very important, wait until you get the sample. Or if you're going to hire a photographer off Upwork or Fiverr, just go ahead and have your supplier send a sample directly to them. Just ask for their address when you're hiring someone off Upwork in the messages, and then send it directly to them. So now I'm going to go and upload an image here. So let's go ahead and choose select image. And I already uploaded a few here. So let's go and have this. Let's try this one out here. So sometimes it doesn't look the best. So we can actually edit it after. So you can change like the middle image alignment here. So you can see how it looks, top, bottom. So for this one, we're going to do middle. Layout, you can either do fixed width or full width. So we're going to do fixed width. And now here you can put in text if you want. Now, I actually have a competitor for this product. I actually got inspiration from a store called Hey Silky Skin. They're doing millions and millions of dollars, I think tens of millions of dollars now. And you can just go, and I recommend looking at your competition just to get ideas. We don't want to copy our competition, okay? I don't want to be teaching this information to people who are just looking to line their pocket and take advantage of people, and not actually sell and build something of value for our world, right? I don't want to give this information to people who are just trying to take advantage of others. So that's why if you're not that kind of person, then you're going to use competitors just as inspiration, just to see, what kind of text headlines they're using, because obviously it's working. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. There's no need to, right? Just kind of come at it from a different angle, from your own angle, improve on it, but just don't copy, all right? So already our store is using a different theme, so it already looks significantly different. So right here, I got a headline. So DIY laser hair removal is here. So here we're going to put in, let's try like do it yourself. Laser hair removal is here, right? So let's try that out. Okay, so that's a little too long, so we can try DIY. Laser hair removal is here, right? So you would try to, not copy them exactly, but there you go. It looks great. So preferably you wouldn't try to copy them exactly, but just to make this a little faster for you, or else we could spend hours and hours, I'm just going to go and show you how this would look. But instead, you can do like premium. Laser hair removal is here. Right, so there you go. And also you can change the size of this, which I'll talk about later, how to actually customize things on your website. So DIY laser hair removal is here. And then for the text here, you can put in whatever you want. So just for this video, I'm going to put the best laser hair removal device on the planet. All right, so there you go. Boom. And then you can even put a button. So shop now. Now there should be a button that pops up. Actually, I'm not sure where the button is, but usually there is a button. So we're going to put that in later when we actually have a product page up. We don't have a product page yet. So now let's go back. And then up here, we've got the menu. So we also want to add the menu options as well. And we also want to add the apps. So for the featured collection here, we can click on it, and then we can put one product. Actually, we can't put two. We can't put less than two. So for now, we're just going to hide this section. So you can just click that. Here, we've got like a slideshow. So maybe we'll have that in the future. And then here you can like put in some text about your brand. So you just click on that, and then you can customize everything you want. So what we're going to do next, and also like for example, map here, we don't need map, 123 Fake Street. We don't need a map, so we're going to take that off. And then that's pretty much it. And then you can also customize things like your footer. So show payment icons, you want to turn that on so your customers can see that we support credit cards like Amex and all that kind of stuff, Visa. And so you can also change the colors here. For newsletter, we're also not going to have this just as a newsletter. That's not effective email marketing. And so in that case, you just want to click remove content. And so you just want to make it as minimalistic as possible. You don't want to have a bunch of clutter on your page. Now, if we go to theme settings here and we click on typography, I always like to change this. Now, if you go to change, usually you'll get like the default typography that comes with your theme. So just test out different texts. For this one, this looks good, but I like to make my store look different than everybody else because you don't want to look like the basic Shopify store, right? So for example, a good one, let's try Arvo. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so I don't really like that. You can try assistant. load more. This one doesn't look bad. So we can try assistant, select. And so this is going to change the heading typography on your store. And then for the body text, it's going to leave Muley. And then you can even change the size of it. So if we go to, we can change it here. And then for heading, you can make it bigger. Right? So there's actually there's like a limit here for desktop. But also if we click up here, it's going to show you how your store looks on mobile. So obviously when we actually build it out, it's not going to look like this. And we're going to make sure that we have an optimized picture and things like that. Now, if you don't have any pictures yet, you can always just go on Google and have temporary pictures up. It's always better to have your brand pictures on here, obviously. But just go on Google, images.google.com. Go to images here. And then we can type in, for example, laser hair removal device. Okay, and then you can just choose a picture from here. So for example, like this would be fine. You can save it and then upload it onto your store as a temporary picture while you're waiting for your pictures, your professional pictures to come. Now, before we continue customizing our page and making it look better, the next thing we need to do is we need to actually set up a collection of products. So if we go back to our store here, we want to go to products, and then here we're going to want to add a product. And so this is very important. And with branded dropshipping, it's a one product store. So we only need to add one product unless you have two products and they're like really complementing each other and you want to start with two. Although I always recommend starting with one. Confucius said, if you chase two rabbits, you'll catch none. So make sure that you focus on one thing until you succeed. And for this, we're just going to go and type in a title here. So we're going to put glowy skin, advanced, premium laser hair removal device. For description, and we're going to put the best laser device in the world, just for now. And then for images, we're going to go and drag and drop some pictures here. So let's take a look at our pictures. And go to quick look. So that would be our first picture. So we can go and just drag and drop it here. There you go. And so now it's going to add each picture. And by the way, for your pricing, we're going to put the price as, if we look at our competition, they're selling this for, I believe, like $300 Canadian. So for this, we're going to actually put $229.99 compared to, let's say, I don't know, for $500. So it's going to cross that off, and it's going to show the sale price. It's kind of like a permanent sale, and that way it entices people more to buy. And so you want to charge tax on this product unless you want to take care of taxes yourself. That's sales tax. And then for inventory, you don't have to fill this out. And if we go down, quantity, you want to put like 100,000 since it's unlimited. And then this is a physical product. Now for weight, you want to put in 100 grams. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. It's because I structure the shipping zones in a way where it all makes sense. You'll see what I'm doing after. But you can put in like 1 kilo per, it doesn't really matter what you put in here. But I just like having it 100 grams, even though it's not the actual accurate weight. This is just for how your store calculates the shipping prices. And then customs information, leave this blank. You only need to fill this out if you are using the Shopify mailing system. And then here, you can edit the website SEO. Now, what this is, it's for how Google ranks your product. And if you want to rank your product better, you can put like the best DIY hair removal device in the world, glowy skin, right? And then here, you just want to fill it up with keywords. So for example, like DIY or the best DIY laser hair removal device for home use. And then you can just keep writing keywords in here. And then for URL and handle, we don't touch that. And then that's pretty much it for now. And then we're going to hit save. So now we created our product page, and you can go and improve this later on. You can customize it. And if you click on view, you can see how it looks right now. So it's a dedicated page for our product. And this is where we're actually going to go, and we're going to significantly change this. Like, we're going to make sure that the sales text is much, much longer. I highly recommend you do that. And also, you want to make sure that your product pictures are of high enough quality so that you can actually have this zoom in effect here.